Roughly 1 in 3 people between 65 and 74 has some degree of hearing loss. And that number climbs to nearly half of everyone over 75. Here's the part that catches people off guard. Hearing loss like this usually doesn't arrive all at once. It creeps in so gradually that most people are often the last to notice it in themselves. Family and friends usually notice first. Today, I'm walking you through 5 early signs worth paying attention to, and what's actually worth doing about them. I'm Dr. Patterson. And one of the reasons age-related hearing loss goes unnoticed for so long is that it typically starts with the highest frequencies first, the range that carries consonant sounds like s, f, and th, while lower frequency sounds stay relatively normal. That means speech can start to sound present but unclear, more like someone's mumbling rather than sounding quiet, which is why so many people say, "I can hear you fine, I just can't make out what you're saying," long before they'd ever describe themselves as having hearing loss at all. On top of that, your brain is remarkably good at filling in missing information based on context, which delays you noticing the gap even further. Before we get into today's 5 signs, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Let's start with number 5. Number 5. Asking people to repeat themselves, especially the same word or phrase, more often than you used to. This one gets waved off constantly, blamed on someone mumbling, a noisy room, or just not paying attention in the moment. The pattern that actually matters is frequency. If it's become a near daily occurrence, rather than an occasional one, that's worth paying attention to, rather than explaining away each time. Number 4. Needing the TV or radio louder than the people around you find comfortable. If someone in your household has started commenting that the volume feels too loud for them, or you've noticed yourself creeping the number up over the months and years, that's a genuinely useful, low-effort data point. It's easy to attribute to, "These shows mumble more than they used to." But if you're consistently needing more volume than the people sitting right next to you, the more likely explanation is on the hearing side, not the television's. Number 3. Real difficulty specifically in noisy environments. Restaurants, family gatherings, a crowded room, while one-on-one conversation in a quiet space still feels completely fine. This is actually one of the earliest and most common signs, because picking a single voice out of background noise is one of the most demanding tasks your hearing does, and it's often the first ability to decline, well before you'd notice any trouble in a quiet setting. Number 2. Avoiding phone calls, or finding yourself preferring text and email instead, without fully realizing why. Phone calls remove the visual cues, lip movement, facial expression that your brain quietly relies on to fill in unclear speech in person. If phone calls have started to feel like more effort than they used to, or you've caught yourself letting calls go to voicemail more than you used to, that's worth noticing rather than just accepting as a preference. And that brings us to number 1. A ringing, buzzing, or hissing sound in one or both ears, medically called tinnitus, that seems to show up most in quiet moments, especially at night when there's nothing else around to compete with it. Tinnitus doesn't always mean hearing loss is present, but the two are frequently connected, and it's common enough that it deserves to be treated as a signal worth investigating rather than background noise to just live with. Across all 5 of these, the single most useful next step is the same: a baseline hearing test from an audiologist. It's painless, it's often free or low cost, and it turns a vague sense of, maybe my hearing's changed, into an actual measurement you can track over time. Whatever these 5 signs sound like for you, that test is the real starting point, not a guess based on symptoms alone. Quick favor, if this is useful, tap subscribe and turn on notifications. I put one of these out every week. Alongside getting that baseline test, a lot of people ask me what they can do day to day to support their hearing. And one that comes up often is a supplement called Audifort. It's a liquid formula built around more than 20 plant-based ingredients, things like grapeseed extract and green tea extract, both rich in antioxidants that are commonly studied for supporting healthy blood circulation and helping the body manage everyday oxidative stress, along with GABA, a calming compound some people use to help with general stress and relaxation. It's non-habit forming, made in the USA, in a GMP-certified, FDA-registered facility. And it's not a replacement for an audiologist or a hearing aid. It's something some people use alongside proper hearing care, not instead of it. It comes with a genuine 90-day money-back guarantee, so if it isn't right for you, you can send it back, even empty bottles, for a full refund. As always, if you're pregnant, nursing, or taking any medication, check with your doctor before adding any new supplement. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to take a closer look for yourself. Getting your hearing tested costs you almost nothing and tells you exactly where you stand. Waiting rarely makes it easier. It just makes the adjustment period longer once you finally do something about it. If this helped, subscribe for more of these and share it with someone in your life who's been turning the TV up a little more each year. The link of product in description. Tell me in the comments, did any of these 5 sound familiar?